Hey everyone, it's Luke from Tentworld here again to show you another product which has caught my eye. I've been really curious about this guy for quite some time. It's the Smokin Hot Rocket Stove. Now it is really portable, everyone likes a fire, and apparently it's quite smokeless. So we'll set it up, we'll have a look and see what's in the bag, and we might even cook up something to eat, so stay with us. Okay, so I've laid out all the main parts of the stove in front of me. Then I'll do a basic bit of assembly just to show you how it all goes together. So on the bottom of the stove you have these little sections here. This is where the legs attach. Now you only have one larger leg, is that fellow there. It's as simple as into that. Now you can possibly put it in the wrong way, but obviously once you put it together you'll see whether it's standing on a reasonable angle or not. So the part with the right angle goes into the base of the stove. Now your side legs, same process, goes into there, one, and then repeat again with the other side. Now here you can see the stove standing as it's supposed to, so that angle basically allows the wood as it burns to naturally sort of progress to the back of the stove and feed the fire. Now in the back of the stove we have this plate here. Just slides into the little bracket section. We have the grill. Now on the grill you have smoking hot and these little hooks. That goes to the front of your stove. And it has a bit of a peak in it. The peak goes to the top. So that slots in really securely there. From there, grab the chimney section, and again, follow the angles, and that slides into the top. So now we're looking at the top of the chimney. We have your two pot supports. Now one of them has two cuts at the base and one on top. This is the first one to go in. So we go diagonal from corner to corner and he slots in. Now the top one, we've got 1, 2, 3 at the bottom, comes across, bit of a wiggle, and it drops in like so. So this is the area, once the fire is going, you can actually do your cooking, put a fry pan, a pot, a camp oven. So it's actually a very handy little feature, but you can actually take that off and use it just as a standard fire without it. So that's an option that you do or don't have to put on depending what you're after. Okay, so here we have the stove all set up. So you've got your pot stand on top of the chimney. You've got the mouth of the stove, obviously where the wood goes in. You've got your three legs slanted back on the angle. Then on the back you have the handle, that's for the ash door. So you want to use your finer wood. So I've got some thinner pieces. I guess it's what you would normally use as kindling on a regular fire to get it started. A little bit on the bottom and a couple of firelighters sitting on top of that. So you should get some airflow underneath. So hopefully this will stay light. Okay. Now you would expect that initially you will get a bit of smoke, but once the hot air starts rising up the chimney, that should be pulling the air through, and then should be a lot less smoke. Okay, as you can see on the top of the chimney we've got some flames licking out now. It's been burning for about 3 minutes. No smoke. See, we've got a beautiful fire going inside. That crackling sound we all love. There's also a mild whooshing, and that's where the stove gets its name from. So you can see how the finer wood burns really nicely, so just don't get excited and put anything too heavy in. Keep the finer wood going and it'll burn really nicely for you. So the fire's been going for about 5 minutes now. You can see it's got those really cool flames on top. It's firing up nicely. So we'll give it a couple more minutes and we'll put a pan on top. We'll, I reckon, fry up a couple of sausages, see how well it works. Now I've just put a fry pan on top. I think blocking the chimney slightly has caused it to smoke. We still have flames, as you can see. The fire itself still burning nicely. Again, we'll give that a couple of minutes and then we'll put some sausages in and see how well this thing cooks. So I have a digital thermometer here. We've just put our pan on top. We'll take a reading and see how hot this chimney is, because it seems to be smoking like crazy in the fry pan. 420, so that's a pretty decent heat. So I might let this die down a little bit and I'll throw my sausages on top. So we've got the sausages on top in the pan. I can definitely feel the heat on my legs off the fireplace itself. It's extremely warm and they're certainly cooking the sausages quickly. So I might put this camera down for a minute, finish up these guys so I don't burn them, and I'll show you the finished result. So we've got the sausages cooked now, nicely well done the way I like them. I'd probably recommend using a cast iron skillet or pan on top of this. I've just used an old pan we had in the kitchen, and I've noticed the heat probably caused the bottom of the pan to sort of bow up a little bit, but it has gone back to normal. But other than that, it's done a great job, really quick. I mean, this thing's getting almost too hot to stand next to cook. So it's been a nice night to try this out. It's put out a really warm fire. I'm sweating buckets. The sausages have cooked really well, and I've literally used a couple of handfuls of quite thin pieces of wood. So it's been really fuel efficient, much better than the larger file I use, which takes huge lumps of jarrah and burns them down really quickly. Go through a bag of wood easily in a night. I mean, this I've only usually done a couple of large pieces which have been split down into kindling sizes. So really impressed with how well it's burnt, impressed with how well it's cooked the sausages, and it's definitely keeping me warm. So on a final note, I've just put together a really small pile of wood just to show you how little I've actually used tonight. It's really fine, scrappy kindling style wood, but a small handful. It's given me a really warm fire. It's enabled me to cook a meal. You can see there's just a few coals left smouldering away in the base, and they're still burning really well. So if I let the fire do its thing, there'll be very little ash left. So once it's all cooled down, you just open the rear door, empty out the coals and ash, give it a quick dust down, pop them apart, and it all slides back inside itself and goes into the handy storage bag it comes with. So thanks again for watching. If you found this interesting and you want to see products like the Smokin Hot Stove or anything similar, pop down to our Tentworld stores. We have lots of goodies to check out and plenty of friendly staff to help you out.